What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Nintendo Land, and today we are on number 4 of viewer wishes for Mario Maker 2, where you guys send me your wishes for what you want changed and things you want to see differently in Mario Maker 2, such as another future update or any small little details added to the game. Well, today I have collected another list of 10 of your guys' comments from the last video, so like always, if you want to be featured on the next viewer wishes video, make sure you leave a comment down below. Leave a comment "wish" in all caps, followed by your wish for whatever you want to happen in Mario Maker 2, and you too could be picked. Like always, guys, please make sure to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you guys are new to stay up to date on all things Nintendo. Hit that notification bell to be alerted whenever I post, and also feel free to join the official Nintendo Land Discord, where you too can get your name put at the beginning of my videos and chat with us about anything Nintendo. Without further ado, let's get into your list of wishes. Corey Gamer YouTube wishes they made a suggestion box where people could vote on a feature they want or submit one, kind of like Splatfest. This is very interesting because this goes outside of the nature of Mario Maker, and instead of wishing for something in the game, they wish for something to be able to wish for something, which is pretty cool. In Splatfest, you picked a side, whether it was hot dog or hamburger or ketchup or mayo, and you fought to see who would win. You voted, and pretty much your votes were very vital as well as fighting, so maybe they could do something like that. Maybe they will have you choose between two different enemies or two different gizmos from past games, and the winner gets added to the game in the next week's update. And maybe they're just small things and one small thing a week. That would keep audiences engaged and people really excited for what they're going to add. They could also turn it into a smash ballot box for whichever one gets the most votes gets added to the game, but there's a lot of crazy things people can wish for. It's not just like characters, so I can see that one being a little bit difficult. But if they did have the Splatfest type of thing where you compared two items or two different gizmos, I think that would be a pretty unique thing to add. Michael McCormick thinks it would be cool if they could choose different styles in World Maker, which now it's only Super Mario World, which is pretty interesting that they didn't include any other styles. The fact that it's set up just like Mario Maker's template already is, I don't know why they couldn't just add some game styles. We only have Super Mario World, so we know Super Mario Bros. 3 has maps. We have a really pretty map layout and design from New Super Mario Bros. U, and we know 3D World's maps are really cool just because they're 3D and we can run around in them. And they already had that aspect kind of thrown in with the story campaign where Mario could run around freely in that little space, so why couldn't they do that with a map for 3D World? I think there was a lot of potential for that, and they just kind of missed the mark and just said, here is a map maker, without really thinking about some things they could have added. This could have really helped for designs, because maybe if you wanted to make a whole 3D world, why would you have a Super Mario World overworld layout with a map? I don't know, but you know, this is something that's a really good idea, and I think there should be changes, and there might be small minor updates for this in the future. Plus, not to mention that side toolbar looks very empty. The Charged Foxy wishes the Koopalings had different movesets depending on the game style. Like in New Super Mario Bros. U, Roy would use his bullet bill cannon. And yes, this would be pretty cool. Right now, it just seems like the Koopalings are all based upon their wands and what their wands can do, and their movement options are a little bit different, such as Ludwig being able to float in the air like Yoshi. But I really do think they need to add a little bit more. Now, necessarily, do they need to add in a gigantic brand new weapon for each character? Probably not. But one thing they could do is kind of make the boss rooms a little unique to what the games used to be like. For instance, Morton had the room with the columns going up and down, and then Ludwig had the ones with the rails going all the way up through the ceiling and a giant vertical level that continue to scroll upward on an endless track. And that's the little things that they could add to make these bosses a little bit different. And yes, I understand that lots of the bosses did have different personalities and different weapons, just like the Chain Chomp for Iggy, so maybe they can continue that on as well. Pug the Pug wants to be able to spice up Bowser a bit by adding items or just changing the way he works, because he does kind of work the same in every game style. He just walks back and forth and spits those fireballs, and nothing really changes. He's pretty much the same unless he's Meowser, but they could spice this up a bit by giving him some potential things. The same way you could put him in a clown car, maybe you can give him a fire flower and turn him even more fire. I don't know. Give him a hammer item and let him throw hammers like he could in the original Mario Brothers, and stuff like that would definitely increase the gameplay value for Bowser, because right now he's just very basic. You should be able to also make him gigantic, because he can in every single new Super Mario Brothers game, plus half of the 3D games. He always is getting gigantic, so that blows my mind how that wasn't an option. I don't know if it would mess up the level, but he could just break everything he walked through and just gigantic, and you had to reach a certain button in order to kill him. So similar to the Koopalings, he just needs a little bit more fluff to him, because right now he's very stale and he just walks back and forth and jumps, and it's just a very basic Bowser battle. And yes, you can add stuff to him to make him different, like I said with the clown car, but it's still not the same as just making him as creative as some of the new Super Mario Bros. Games did. Like even Dry Bowser, give us Dry Bowser. Crypt Crusher wishes that you could change how close the camera is when playing a level. Now this could both be beneficial and maybe hurting the game, because there's some levels that really require you to only have that camera in that specific space. And there's also block-offs that you can keep it in that specific room, so if you're able to zoom the camera out, this could ruin some levels, but you can do it in the right way. So if it is a blocked-in area, you cannot zoom out the camera. But if the area is free and open, you can zoom out, or maybe just give it the option to the maker if they want their level to be zoom out or zoom in, and if it's not, then it's stuck in its place. But if they do give you the option, you can zoom out, and this could help for puzzle levels. Maybe you want to see the grand scope of things and see exactly where you need to go and what you need to do in the level, and this could help a lot, and also give the player more room to run around. If it's a giant Kirby maze level or something, you can see everything you need to go to, everything you need to do, and everything you need to collect right away. Plus, we can already zoom out in the maker function of this, so why not just throw it into a level? Tiger Claws wants to see the Koopalings fit together in a clown car together like New Super Mario Bros. 2, and that would be really cool, because in that game it was the last stage and they tried to flash Mario from the background, and you had to get behind a wall or some type of solid object so you wouldn't get flashed and frozen and you would drop into the lava. This could be a cool little concept, and maybe they would fly around the background just like the Angry Sun, which is on a continuous cycle, and they continue to fly back and forth trying to flash Mario. That sounds wrong. But they try to flash Mario with their wands and try to stun him, which could be a really cool concept for a Mario Maker level. It could be very annoying, yes, but it could be cool to try to hide behind semi-solid platforms, but of course they would have to add more of those because right now we don't have a ton. Pokemon Inc. wishes there was an invisible block or some type of effect that you could put down to trigger cutscenes for bosses. For instance, when Ludwig enters the arena, he laughs a little bit and does a little taunt, and then the battle begins. Now, we're not talking full-blown cutscenes, but enough to kind of get the player like, okay, this is the final boss or something like that. For instance, Bowser walks in, he kind of roars all the way in the sky and spits some fire up in the air, and then the battle begins. And that's something that they could add just to get a little bit of a touch, and this could easily go into the effects category. You could place this effect down, or a wall of this effect, and as soon as you cross that wall, the effect plays out. You know, the cutscene enters and then the Koopaling jumps in. Or maybe you could just set it on the Koopaling so that whenever the Koopaling is loaded in, that's when the cutscene will trigger. That would be pretty cool, and just add a little bit of more of effect to the boss battles in this game. Lemmy Superstar wishes you could place Mario wherever you want for his starting point. And every Mario game to this date has been pretty much where Mario starts at the front of the level. The start, obviously. Why wouldn't he? Where else would he start? Well, I could see people making levels with Zelda-inspired ideas where Mario starts at the very middle of the game, and you can either go left, right, up, or down, and this kind of encourages exploration. Now, yes, you can technically jump in a pipe and start a level by doing that in the underworld, but it's not the same as just starting up a level and boom, you're in the middle of this giant land and you don't know where to go, left, right, top, or bottom. And it's really cool, and it really makes you have to explore things and look around, and I really like the concept and idea of this. Landon Mortimer wishes there were more characters to choose from in the game, and I didn't pick the comment just because they had the same name as me. But I love the ideas of more characters, and not just characters from different Nintendo properties such as Link and Samus and Kirby, but more characters from Nintendo's first party Mario series. So have Wario in there, have Waluigi in there, throw in some more characters, and actually give them their own little moveset. Maybe Wario has a shoulder bash and Waluigi just is a lanky, skinny, goofy guy. I don't know. What does Waluigi do? Maybe he uses like sporting items. I don't know. A golf club to hit Goombas across the map. I have no clue. But add some more characters. This gives New Super Mario Bros. More reason to play it. Give them some characters since you have the Mystery Mushroom and the original Mario Bros. And all that new stuff in 3D World with that mask and the helmets and all that. Yeah, please just give us some more characters. And last but not least, Veggie Piranha states that they want more variations of enemies, just like his name, lots of piranha plants. Ice piranha plants, fire piranha plants, big piranha plants, aggressive piranha plants, all the piranha plants and the piranha plants. But yeah, this goes for all the other enemies as well, because there's a lot of Goombas that we don't have. We don't even have the cat Goombas in 3D World when we actually have the cat suit in Meowser. So where's the Meumbas? That was terrible. But seriously, when you look at it on the face level, there's not really much variation within the enemies. We don't even have Paragoombas, which seemed like a series staple, but I guess not. But yes, definitely has some more variations of enemies, and that would be really cool. And that is the end of the wishes that you guys have sent for me this time. Thank you guys so much for your submissions, and for those of you that still want to submit wish ideas, like I said, comment capital wish, followed by whatever your wish is, and make sure you like the video if you enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today, and like always, I'll see you in the next one. See ya, guys.